And pay exclusive. We are the only media house. Yenya a person concerned with this reporter. Yaboni di umwa. Yeneno edi enkomo. Andy Makwaba.
Joso, ntia phone na. Oh, obodi de a chain ehunam ye. Onse ma share white ye. Nje Gabriel ebe so me dan ese madi nkunim. Na nyame atie me so frɛ. Nti same ho beto. Because report here, like you said, we cannot verify the authenticity or otherwise of it. But to start, I'm just...
It's being responded to.
Yes.
It's being responded to.
Yeah, so but you see, it's a procedure you follow.
Yeah.
So I just came out from a meeting with my lawyers. And so we've done the appropriate ways, taking the appropriate steps, and maybe akoso.
Mamim specific questions. Na infending common. First and foremost, 2020. Oko hotel be a friend of Forest Hotel.
Sabe, Mankosa Hotel biao. I was a Makusku Kakra. And when you are driving through, you are in town, you read in Asefo. And this Forest Hotel, about the picture when no more yet the main Shy Hills Road no echo Asikumani we say.
Okay.
So now diversion ko far dodowa. So be kwa ko so manya na wa join it.
Okay.
So there the Forest Hotel was there. And Forest Hotel under His Excellency John Ajekum Kufuor. Parliamentary press corps. That was 2001, 2002. Though I was a member, I recall say now omutimi ko di adwuma ho. So even when we are writing report, at that time I was with the Ghanaian Airlines. You quote Forest Hotel or Makoyewe or mu di adwuma ho. So Forest Hotel, yes, I got to know Forest Hotel because of those things. But on the said date, Saturday, send me Mako Forest Hotel and Minister for Information Inuya Kuma Kojo Ponkruma assembled a group of journalists from both NDC, MPP, affiliated media at the such hotel to discuss strategy to bring him down. He, Kwabran Frimpong-Boateng, and Sami. You see, one early morning, me call the late President Noso, and Papa be our normal man, recruiting with PhD honors, a renowned school or my institution. Or 3 years, and I want to say, as soon as you were my money PhD, I will be professor and say, See, so you see, reading this report without even admitting, say he is the author, for which myself and my lawyers, just coming out of the conclave, taking steps. Say, can you imagine, whilst they were there, a journalist from among the group...
Me and fan of one by one. And it's Uncle Forest Hotel.
I've never been...
in 2020.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
No.
And the only Kojo Ponkruma Montem to say, when was the last time we shared Kojo Ponkruma?
Listen, Kojo Ponkruma at Joy, also a broadcast journalist. Yes, he's one of us. When he was appointed, so it's good, sir. The opportunity has been given to one of us, and so no problem. But you see, that kind of close relationship, say I mean Samir Shen, Raymond, I mean Samir Shen, Obama office, Miss Weba office. I mean, we are diagro like others. Yes, but Antissa.
Could you Ponkruma, when was the last time of Freo, Alfonso?
Ache. In fact,
about 5 years.
Oh yeah, check crap. Because when I meet him, he said, "Be a Misumako Parliament." Either way, say, "Oh, Charlie, no, our friend. Oh, Charlie, and yet say, oh, oh, and no. I mean, we are colleagues."
Oh yeah, you know, every government has its friendly media on your
absolutely. Every media, what friendly media on Juma. As I speak to you, listen, there is an institution Marco, the chief executive for personally, because yeah, on mine I actually know. here media no, we may not be aligned or affiliated to your party or whatever. But near maybe no, you the institution, we must also help you. We need our help to help you build the institution. During the NDC time, that is President Milson's time, some adverts that I spearheaded to ensure, say, and I made a case that, listen, all those media, every media house should benefit from that advert, right? And that, almost call readers, ebia oman kan ye paper. I mean, papers affiliated to government. Now, opposition papers, no, they will read and somebody will pick something from there. So if you are an institution and you are selling products, I mean, especially the banking institutions, and then I so forth. So I argued out, made a case, and they were given. Institutions I cannot mention. But today, under the MPP's watch, we are not getting that advert. So I called the CEO and said, listen, you can go back how that advert was generated and how I argue out for this. But I've just left it at that because I wanted to make a point.
All right.
So they have their friendly medias that they deal with.
Are you one of
I
the
am not one of them. Sami Eshen, when I come to your show here and there is a subject under review or reference there when we are talking about it and I sharing what you are doing in the supreme interest of Mother Ghana and also to, let me say, alleviate the situation, the suffering of the ordinary Ghanaian. Listen, I will join you. After that, don't think that you get me. I'm not an instrument for manipulation. No. It won't happen. That is why, listen, a senior person, a political figure in this country, I don't talk to him because, listen, I was born into a family, I have parents, I was properly brought up, nurtured, I have schooled. Even my academic qualification is more than his because he had opportunity to be in the political circle for long. And we all respect them because Anyebia omutete ya so you call me idea way kika some way and I'm so catch that same person the second time send some documents to me. Say, oh, massa, I say, Abraham say, yo, medase. Why? You determine my editorial policy. So, so I took the document home, perused the document, and the next day I called him that, listen, when you want to test my hypothesis, I'll call it silent. That your document is, I don't know where you got it from. If it's a booby trap, you have failed. So I called some few friends of mine that, listen, should this document find its way to your newsroom or your desk, trash it. One of them, Auntie, he was being too loyal than any other person. So he published the document. He's in court as we speak. Do you know that big man doesn't talk to me today? But you see, I am not an instrument for unrighteousness. You cannot manipulate me. This is Sami Eshe, me hu nyefe, minisika, minye we, kadada na mitri, and family home. You can say it and get away with it. But when you touch me, my reputation, that is the only thing left with that I am thriving on. You understand? All my networks, international, is because of this. And I've been inundated with calls. Oh, this report. But they know me. I have spoken to them. And they know the steps. Even this morning, I spoke to some of my networks outside. And they know. You understand? So,
Andy,
Professor.
There are questions I need to ask you.
Yeah, ask me.
Key amongst them, they say, do you have anything personal against
Professor Frimpong-Boateng? I had nothing personal against Professor Frimpong-Boateng. In fact, I was one of his fans when he came back to set up the cardio thing. He was celebrated. And he's somebody I admire. So when the government of the day resolved, say, Ombe fighting Galam, say, we all came on board that, listen, say, the Kamfona Jaibebia, we must also leave something for posterity. And so, one day, we will have ourselves to blame. So there should be some voices of reason to also help. So I joined. So when he came out to disclose, say, some excavators that were seized, I too call Jache. I say what? So, following from a report by the Guardian newspaper, that is the motivation that leaders, sometimes you must emulate what is happening in other jurisdictions. Michael Baptiste, he was a minister at the Department of International Development, right? And in UK in 2018. This is a 2018. So that was where I was drawing my inspiration from. That listen, this man resigned. Why? Because he was a minute late just to perform a duty on behalf of the citizenry, and so he decided to resign. If you recall, the Prime Minister at that time rejected his resignation. But to his colleagues, though they were shocked, it was a mark of principle and good leadership. So when Professor Frimpong-Boateng came out to say, excavators na irano, I was just drawing inferences and citing these classical examples that listen, you have exhibited negligence, clear declaration of duty, you are irresponsible, and so you must not be paid by the taxpayer. That is it. Finito. So we started the publication from 7th. 10th, no, you're publishing here up to 30th March 2020. Even when he was sacked, he got some group, all patriots for there and there, to say, sir, he was hundred out in for. I don't care. You see, the media, we get result. So I was focused and drawing inspiration from what this Mensa did, you know. I decided to activate it in the interest of Mother Ghana. Sebeya, Galamsenu, we will all fight it. It's our resolve. Say, Edikanfo di Niema Jaye. Na ye intimi hwesoa. De na ebe dibeja yechirima. So I've never been at the said meeting. Number 2, he claims there were some host of journalists there. Also, why is it in that report that we still doubt the authenticity of it? He should have mentioned all the newspapers and their headlines. So today, when I provided all the publications that I was doing, making references to this case, as far back as 2018, in my report, in all the report that we did, about 6 solid reports, my lawyer said, what? I said, yes. Very meticulous. And now, you see, though he's short of mentioning either Kankam and or other names, you know, he said informer. That is the brand. Editor. I have a news editor, deputy editor. I'm the editor-in-chief. But you see, in my organization, there is a directive, clear. Perhaps I'm just being security savvy because of my background that, listen, even when you have assignment, you must let others know. And then, why? We're here for you to discuss, and I'll be monitoring when you call that gentleman to discuss issues of earthquake and then tremor in Asifo. Okay? And then Crawford to Kwaya.
Oh, Andy, mame nye bakumienu na adjust honendi enkomo. But Andy Kankam one of the individuals whose entity, whose paper has been mentioned in the reporter Senamdi Kankam independently as a brand. Yen to me authenticate. But so far I have seen that people in government, people affected, certain journalists are speaking to the report, suggestive of the fact that it may be authentic. And so we are addressing this issue on this show because of sudden responses about efa asen we say home. And Andy.
So, Sammy, why? You fell short of mentioning the other newspapers now more and also to come out with to add the reports the host of report. So you see, that is recklessness. I wasn't there, and you see what is even striking, and we expect them as the way we revere them say sometimes and some I was saying whilst they were there, a journalist friend from among the group called a friend of mine, also a journalist, and informed him about the plot that was being hatched. He further informed my friend to watch out for headlines in some papers in the days following the meeting. So, we also be after Obi and Obi after Obi. So, you see, the onus lies on you. The name of the game is what? Evidence. So when we go to court, mention provide minutes of this meeting. You understand?
Yeah.
In fact, I'm speaking to it because my fans are worried, both home and abroad, internationally, my networks. They know my pedigree, they know my integrity. I mean that I will not engage in such a thing. And I'm an apostle of conviction. When I want to do something, I'm all out. Yes. So when, during President Mills, we decided, he brought us on board to help him build a better Ghana. We did that selflessly. That is why today, some of us can walk bare-chested without, I say, Obia Makoye Bibi and Amakodi we say Bia. I'm not part of it. So, like I said, I just came out from a meeting with my lawyers. We have followed the appropriate steps. And, in fact, a turnout said he's the author of the report. He should be prepared for a legal showdown. You see, you can touch me, I don't have money, blah, blah, but don't touch what I'm left with. That one, listen, I'll fight it with the last drop of my blood. You see, this galamsey matter, I have always maintained here that there have been some accusations and allegations that members of the ruling government are part of it. Have we not discussed it? And that should there be some investigation and those people found culpable, they should be made to face the full rigors of the law. We've sat here to call for heads to roll. And so if for some reason you've gone to run your mouth, I didn't make that confession on that network. You voluntarily, without duress, right, came out said, I mean, excavators are here. Do you know that when he made that missing excavators comment, 500, then Minister Carlos Ahinkran was a deputy minister. One of the discussions, one of the networks said, oh, they are not missing, and that he obeba out, I even published it. So all those reports are there. 6 solid reports. And in fact, some of the publication editions, you have two, to the extent that you see reports, former President Mahama chiding President Akufo-Addo for not fighting Galamsey properly and blah, blah, with this coming. It is all there. Professor Frimpong-Boateng, listen, I have nothing personal against him. So, I mean, I don't hold, grudge against anybody. But you see, when it comes to principle, if you are not principled, you cannot succeed. You must be principled in life. People are not principled. That is why sometimes when they are going, they'll go and hit the snack. Sammy, we are saying, so if I go and do this, so what will I gain? I took you on. I've just given you why, the basis for which. So Frimpong-Boateng at that time, he shouldn't have waited for the president to sack him more. You know, he was subsequently relieved of his post. So if indeed he was abreast with international happenings in the geopolitics of worldwide, he should have also resigned, drawing inspiration. That one would have said that, oh, Prof is a man of principle, he's a man of valor. But he refused, held on to the position till he was finally relieved of his post. I think he was released of his post in March 2020. So we did a report in March 2020, 27th March 2020 that he's been sacked. So it was the 30th March edition of our publication when that new all patriotic youth patriotic DND bar out, a group obviously because their spokesperson was speaking that he was hunted out, it was an orchestration. Master, whether orchestration from their party, from government, I don't care.
All right.
I was only discharging my civic responsibility and that newspaper. And so with this, to conclude, that the editor, in America, we have a good corporate policy. So we call baby, you must notify. Even me, when I'm going somewhere, an assignment, even I'm coming here, anytime I come here, I call my colleagues. I'm on this show. Even this morning, I told them, because we all had a meeting yesterday, and they gave me the permission to see the lawyers. So since yesterday, we've been in conclave. So coming here, appearing on this show, I sent them a text message that I'm here. So that is what we do. They know how to trust me.
All right.
So Sammy, I want to assure my fans, I mean that, listen, no shaky, but should this report turn out, they'll all be smiling to the bank.